CCE comprises of scholastic, co-scholastic and co-curricular activities. Scholastic evaluation comprises of formative and summative evaluation. Co-scholastic skills comprise life skills, namely thinking, social and emotional skills, and attitudes and values. Co-curricular activities provide a long list from where students have to choose. In this module, an effort has been made to present various components of CCE in systemic framework and also relate to multiple intelligence and 4 planes of living framework. Objectives. After undergoing this module, teachers will be able to describe the CCE framework, compare the 3 domains of CCE framework and establish their interconnectedness, relate CCE framework with MI and 4 planes of living paradigms, establish leadership among different skills under social, emotional and life skills.
In the previous program, Idea of a Child, we presented Gardner's Multiple Intelligence MI and 4 Planes of Living from the report of the Delors Commission. The primary objective was to draw your and parents' attention that a student is not just an intellectual configuration or a cognitive learning machine. The human child is much more than that. And the business of education is all-round development and bringing out the best in all the domains in every child. You would remember how Swami Vivekananda defined education as manifestation of perfection already in man or a woman.
In this program, we'll present you the CCE framework as presented in Teacher's Manual. There are 2 components of the framework. One is the structure, like the columns and beams of a building. The other one, more important, is the substance.
We'll bring you the science behind the structure. It is necessary because you cannot measure any mental attribute unless you have clearly defined the construct, that too in measurable terms. We will deal with the structures, theoretical constructs of continuous and comprehensive evaluation, scholastic, co-scholastic and co-curricular domains. Let us quickly run through the structure. As you already know, CCE intends to evaluate students in 3 areas, namely scholastic, co-scholastic and co-curricular areas. These are the 3 components or domains of CCE. There are 2 parts in the scholastic area. Part 1 comprises 2 languages, mathematics, science, social science, information technology, home science, painting, music, bookkeeping, commerce and accountancy, and additional subjects. Home science and additional subjects are prescribed for students with learning difficulties. Part 2 comprises art education, work education, and physical and health education or games. Assessment in scholastic domain will be done through formative and summative evaluation. Relative weightages are 60% on summative and 40% on formative assessment. Further, formative assessment will be carried out through 2 tests per term and 4 in a year, each having a weightage of 10%. During one academic year, there would be 2 summative or end-of-term tests and each will carry weightages of 30%. Thus, there would be 2 terms per academic year. There will be 2 formative and 1 summative assessment per term. There will be separate reporting for grades 9th and 10th, and reports will carry grades and grade points. All of you are well aware of both scholastic and co-curricular domains. Co-scholastic domain emerges where these 2 domains merge. These are common attributes or qualities for success in both academic and co-curricular areas.
For example, self-awareness, problem solving, decision making, critical and creative thinking, and all the other skills listed under social and emotional skills, under the life skills, as well as attitudes and values, are equally relevant and necessary for success in both scholastic and non-scholastic domains.
While in schools and colleges, these skills, rightly called life skills, help students learn and perform better in both academic and co-curricular activities beyond the boundaries of educational institutions. These skills are the ingredients and catalyzers of success in life. Co-scholastic domain has been structured under life skills, work education, visual and performing arts, and attitudes and values. Life skills comprise thinking skills like self-awareness, problem solving, decision making, creative and critical thinking. Social skills are interpersonal relationships, communication, and empathy. Managing feelings and stress management are the constructs of emotional skills. Attitudes are to be assessed with respect to school, classmates, environment, and teachers. The 10 fundamental duties enshrined in Article 51A of the Indian Constitution are the reference points for value assessment.
As you know, that co-curricular activities comprise literary and creative skills, scientific skills, ICT skills, and organizational and leadership skills. Every student is expected to participate at least in 2 activities.
Participation in health and physical education is also compulsory. There are several options like sports, games, indigenous sports, NCC or NSS, scouts and guides, swimming, gymnastics, yoga, first aid, gardening, and shramdan. Every student will have to choose and participate and get assessed in at least 2 items under health and physical education. We use these multiple intelligence and 4 planes of living framework as a precursor to CBSE's CCE framework. Though different, you can find points of congruence. For example, scholastic area and thinking skills relate to intellectual plane or logical, mathematical, and verbal intelligence. Emotional and many of social skills relate to emotional plane and intra and interpersonal intelligence. Physical plane and kinesthetic skills relate to co-curricular domains of CCE. Activity. Please discuss in smaller groups of 5 or 6 of you on the strengths and weaknesses of the structure of the CCE framework. How do you react to the use of fundamental duties as a value configuration? Finally, please create a presentation either on PPT or Prezi or any other software on CCE framework and present to a staff seminar and get the feedback. Exercise. Please classify all the elements of CCE under the 4 planes of living and under MI framework. Discuss among your colleagues and take a collective position.
The CBSE now gives 3 documents at Class 9 and Class 10. 2 of them are performance profile or report cards, and one of them is the continuous and cumulative record of both the years of Classes 9 and 10 given in the form of school-based certificate. The first part of the certificate denotes or locates the personal profile of the student, which has the registration number, the roll number, the name of the student, date of birth, mother's and father's name, etc. The next part has scholastic areas, which refers to all the subjects that the student offers, both at Class 9 and Class 10. The co-scholastic areas have various components such as life skills, work education, visual and performing arts, attitudes and values, co-scholastic activities. Under co-scholastic areas and activities, a child can choose any 2 activities and so also in health and physical education, they can choose any sport and other activities including NCC, NSS, etc.
Summarization. In this video, we described the structural composition of CCE and established congruence between the skills, multiple intelligence, and 4 planes of living. We have also introduced the report card.